to add only one line. Timris is, you heard Ejaz speaking, then before that Dilawar sir spoke, then Ejaz, then we had the first session of Latif Bhai, then Ejaz sahab spoke, then finally we also heard our secretary, before that the president of the society also spoke, and everybody gave you the thought process of establishment. One line what I would like to add is, this is indeed a big achievement in the state, because I as a consultant work across the country and have never seen a single state where government is providing these kind of facilities and trying to cater to those students who really deserve education. This is indeed a very proud kind of moment for us to get associated with this kind of institution, and I hope we have a long journey together in the coming years. The topic what I thought was spark plug. Now it's completely different, but it's very, very connected with what we would be doing with the next generation, that is, we call the generation as Gen Z. The generation which just passed out, we call them as a millennium, and now the generation which is going to come is Gen Z. And we are going to teach to those students, like Latif Bhai had mentioned in the morning, that the students who would be taking up the professions in the next 5 years, 10 years, we didn't know that there would be a job called system analyst when we were students. So similarly, there was a survey done about 6-7 years back in America, where they wanted to know what would be the job availability for the students in 2030 and 2035. Believe me, the survey came up with points which were shocking for everyone, that all the students whom we are going to teach now will land up into professions which we don't even know now. Even now at this time on 21st March at 2:30, we are here in this hall and we don't know what professions they will be getting into. So if we are going to teach them, what are we going to do? I have a small story here. The story summarizes my entire talk. I don't have to talk after this. The story is, there's a father who would be taking his daughter across for a walk, and they would be crossing a bridge. As they approach the bridge, the father tells the child to hold the hand. The child answers back, I will not hold the hand, you hold my hand. The father says, what difference does it make? What difference does it make? I hold the hand or you hold my hand, it doesn't make a difference. You are in my control. So the daughter says, when I hold the hand, if anything goes wrong as we are crossing the bridge, out of fear, I may leave the hand and you may lose your daughter. If you are holding, you will never leave my hand. That is the belief I have on you. Now, how many of us, the same story, I had put it on the slide, how many of us are ready to hold the hand when we go back into the classroom? We as academic team at Timris, we go as per what we, the entire team at Timris, it's not connected with departments, it is connected with the leader, and under the leadership we have various departments where we work in sync And I should really tell you that when we started working with, we were very we had a lot of apprehensions and said, how can we work with government sector? One line I would like to say, this is, Tenris is not a government sector. Shafila sir wants to project this as a completely international corporate organization where we set up international schools. I know you have been working with the school for the last 15 days. Some of them have joined the next day. I met 2-3 of them when I went to Suryapet school. I couldn't visit much schools after that. You might come back to me and say, sir, you talk about international school and the standards are like this. We are working and we are a small team. To manage 204 schools and 45,000 students and 75,000 students from June, we need an army. We need an army. And you are now the member of an army. And as the army gets trained for days and days and days, and then they go on the border to fight the situation and safeguard the country, you will also be into the same scenario. There would be a lot of training program. Tomorrow Ejaz sir would be giving you the brief on how we are going to do the entire training, as he also heads the training department as a head training. I need 1 minute extra, Ejaz sir. I need 1 minute extra because everybody, he was introducing everybody, but he was not introduced. So Ejaz is one of the pillar. We have Dilawa sir, Vilayat sir, a lot of people have been instrumental in setting up these schools. Ejaz has also been from day one. He's been managing various departments and pitching in wherever is required. And now he's also heading the training. So Ejaz has been a corporate guy, worked with Satyam and other corporates, and then given away those corporate lifestyle and work so that he could do something to the community. So I think you need to give a big round of applause to Ejaz also. I would be a little harsh, you know. I know everybody has been appreciating. Appreciation is very important. I also trust you. As a team, we trust you in academics department that you would be delivering what is best for the student and not deliver what Umri says or what Ladeef Bhai is saying or what XYZ is saying. You would deliver what is best required for the student. But we are little concerned about not having even one fish in the entire tank. We want you to make sure that, see, we all have problems. I'm coming back to the topic after this. Bad fish, we all have problems. Situation is not so good when we go onto the field, but you need to be, because you have been selected, you have been chosen, you have been interviewed, you have written exams. So everybody spoke in the morning and say you are the best out of the best. Now when the best gets into the class, the best has to come out. Anywhere if one person is trying to do something wrong, this, as the proverb goes, the entire image of the Tenris is going to go down and the 75,000 students' life is going to be at stake. Remember, we are working for 75,000 students next year and probably 1 lakh odd students in the coming years. The number would go up. One person trying to do something different, it gets reflected. Negativity spreads fast. Positivity spreads slow. So we would be, tomorrow again Ejaz would be talking on this. I would not talk on this. I would go to the topic that there would be a complete monitoring system of how you would be working in the classrooms. You might have already seen the academic coordinators visiting. So these visitors would be visiting, we would be visiting, and there would be a complete monitoring system on what exactly is being delivered in the classroom. The rest, sir is there, the team is there to support. You want to learn, we are open 24 hours. I would like to show you a video here, and then I would talk about the spark plug and then end it up. Videos. That one. Yes. A teacher and a student. It's playing. Thank you. Thank you, Ajas. I think the video is very clear. And the first slide of spark plug. If you have all been driving vehicles, we know how a spark plug works. Connectivity between the power supply to the engine and all. This is exactly what I meant when I said we need to be spark plug between the life of the students and the education system. I don't want to elaborate. We will talk more on this tomorrow because we have a full day on academic dynamics. But in this slide, there are 2-3 things which I want to really point out. And then one small story and I'll end. One thing which we are very particular is, I don't know how many of the teachers have really read, because it was highlighted here, so I don't want you to take a message back, a wrong message back, because there was a scene where the teacher was whacking the boy, when the boy did a mistake with a stick. According to the Indian Constitution, if you are not aware, I want you to be aware of this. Read the entire Constitution going back on the education system. That if the child or the parent walks into the police station and then gives a complaint that the teacher is beating the student, which we call as a corporal punishment, you would be behind bars, and that day we would not be supporting any of the teacher in Tembis. I'm not talking negative, but we need to know this. One thing we need to understand, since morning you have heard what kind of background the students come from. If I have been put up into a jail for 20 years and then leave after 20 years, if I am out into the society, I would not know what the society is and I would be behaving very odd. Imagine the students who haven't seen the world and they are coming to you. It is a responsibility to train them, mentor them and give them the best, not whacking them. Would you whack your own son or daughter? If you see somebody whacking your son or daughter, what would you do? You would bring the entire roof down. So these children don't have parents. They don't have a mother. They don't have a father. They are orphans. They have been brought up in areas where they don't know what discipline is. So please, my dear teachers, remember this line. This is only one strong message I want to give, and going back to the last part, 2 minutes, Asad. The story is, every day Krishna walks